Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the crazy set of circumstances surrounding the Cowboys in the last 48 hours and all of the circumstances surrounding this football game that's going to be played on Thanksgiving. But first off, you want to win this awesome jacket? Yeah, I'm giving this away to somebody who comments below, so make sure to hit that comment and you can win that jacket. Today's video brought to you by betonline.ag. Betonline.ag is your online sportsbook experts. Cowboys, Washington, Thursday, AT&T Stadium. The pregame show on the Cowboys Radio Network starts with me and Brian Broaddus at 12:30. The line in this game is -3 favoring the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 3-point favorites here, but since you get 3 points for being home, it's pretty much a pick 'em. If you want to bet on this game, though, go wager at betonline.ag. Here's the deal. Cowboys in Washington on Thanksgiving. There is nothing better. It is the way God intended Thanksgiving football to be. And I hope your Thanksgiving is full of friends, family, food, and football, and lots of football, and maybe some social distancing too. I don't know. But this is going to be a very odd set of circumstances, a very odd game, because of the fact that in 48 hours, one of the valued members of the Cowboys coaching staff suddenly had a medical episode at his office at the facility before practice. And now 48 hours after that, he's passed away after spending 24 hours on life support. And now the Cowboys are expected to play a football game. I mean, the Thursday night, Thanksgiving night game has already been canceled between the Steelers and Ravens because of COVID. And the Cowboys are less than 24 hours removed from losing a strength and conditioning coach. And they're going to be expected to play a football game. The first part of this to me is the obvious sadness surrounding it. Here's a family man, 54 years old, just suddenly passes. That's horrifically sad. And then you factor in, here's a guy that, of course, played at Syracuse, played in the NFL, but for the last 20 years has worked as a strength and conditioning coordinator in the National Football League, and has been an assistant. And for most of those years, an assistant under another Syracuse graduate, Mike Wojcik, who until this year was the Cowboys' head strength and conditioning coordinator. This was Markus Paul's first year as a strength and conditioning coordinator. After all those years as an assistant, finally worked his way to get in position to get the job to be the head man, and halfway through the year he passes. As for this game, and the heavy hearts the Cowboys are going to be playing with, and they're going to have a presentation before the game, I'm sure that they will have a patch or something to commemorate Markus Paul. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how this team responds. Because certainly on the one side, you could say, how are they playing this game, considering that tragedy that's occurred? On the other side, you could say, well, for these guys, can galvanize them, bring them together, bring them closer. For 3 hours, they can forget about the sadness and sorrow that they feel for losing their coach. We'll see. Only time will tell how they respond. You know, their response emotionally, though, that was a big subplot to the initial game that these two teams played when John Bostic just speared Andy Dalton and knocked him out for a couple of weeks. And the lack of response from the Cowboys to John Bostic in Washington was front and center for everybody after this game. So when you factor in how well physically the Cowboys played last week, and maybe the Gallagher watermelon was the reasoning for it, who knows? You factor in how well they played physically, how well does that translate to playing this Washington team? Now, on the one hand, Minnesota, their defensive front isn't even close to the level of Washington. Washington has arguably the best defensive front in football, and we saw that a couple of weeks ago when they played. But the Cowboys' offensive line is drastically better. Remember, Zach Martin didn't play in that game. So now he's playing at right tackle. McGovern has played pretty well at right guard. Irving is back. He wasn't playing in that game either. He's at left tackle. So the Cowboys have dramatically upgraded their offensive line. The question is by how much? Because last week wasn't the best indication of how much, because Minnesota's defensive line not even close to what they're going to see against Washington. That's the key to this game. There's really nothing more than that. Washington's offense is not that good. Alex Smith is very much a bus driver quarterback. Gibson's an emerging running back, and Terry McLaurin's a really good weapon. But the Cowboys' offense is a better unit. What worked for the Cowboys last week wasn't Dalton. Dalton wasn't very good last week. It was it was great game plan and great execution by their play caller and Kellen Moore. Just hit the right plays at the right times. You know, some misdirection, some really good pre-snap stuff, and you know would run some jet sweep motion with CeeDee Lamb, bring him in motion a ton, and then now you slide your tight end to one side, right? You run everybody else to the other side, and you get all that commotion and coverage to the right side, and you have a guy that is wide open on the left side, and you throw a touchdown pass to him. It was perfectly designed offense throughout. It was as good of a game as Kellen Moore has called since becoming the Cowboys play caller and offensive coordinator. So the Cowboys need to hope for an improved Andy Dalton. He's not missing as many throws as he missed last week, because he missed some throws. But their offensive line holds, and we know it'll hold better than it did the previous time they played. It will. We just don't know how well it will hold. And can Kellen Moore, can lightning strike twice? Can this guy build off of the game plan and the play calling that he had last week and carry that into this game? The thing that scares him about this game more than anything is the defensive line, but more importantly is the Cowboys protecting that pass rush and then not turning the ball over. Because Washington's not going to turn the ball over. And the Cowboys haven't played a game this year where they haven't turned the ball over. So if the Cowboys, again, turn the ball over in this game due to that pass rush, Washington's going to leave Arlington with a win. We shall see. Remember to post your comments down below, and you could be automatically registered to win one of these awesome jackets. Do it now. Of course, listen to the Cowboys pre- and post-game show on the Cowboys Radio Network and 105.3 The Fan. We're on at 12:30 on Thursday. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you enjoy the football.